I'm sure some people are going to go, that's vandalism, give me the book for free. It's like 1,020 feet up in the air to prune a tree.
So, hi everybody. Now I'm having a chat today with Kaleb Cooper. A lot of you will recognise if you've been watching the brilliant Clarkson's farm. Kaleb, thank you so much for taking the time out of your busy schedule to chat.
I've just literally jumped off a tractor to come and do this.
Has it been a very hectic morning?
It's been a crazy day, yeah. But you know, it's good. If you're not busy, it means you're not earning any money, so.
Well, quite right. So Kaleb, what part of your farming day-to-day life do you enjoy the most?
I mean, I like all parts of the farming, to be honest. You know, I mean, it can be literally shoveling cow muck and slurry to jump on a tractor and going drilling or going corn carting or combining. I think probably my favourite time of year, and especially job, is definitely combining, because all that hard work you've done throughout the year is coming off the fields and coming back into the barn ready to be sold. So yeah. I think that is probably for me, that's probably the most enjoyable day of them all.
And were you brought up sort of in farming?
No. So my mum and dad are not from a farming background.
Okay.
My mum is a dog groomer. She runs a very successful dog grooming business, and my dad is my dad's a carpenter. From a very young age, though, I was very much, into tractors and into the four wheels moving around. I think I was fascinated, but I still am actually fascinated by tractor wheels just moving slowly around. And it's a bit of a shock to the family, I think, when I went into farming, and I've gone into farm with and I've taken my brother in with me. He works with me now, and he's come into farming as well, which is amazing.
Kaleb, can you tell us a bit about your book you've just launched?
Yeah, I mean, I'm famously known for not reading books. And I was in the tractor one day going up and down where I think every farmer does their best thinking. And I was like, well, instead of reading books, why don't I just go and write one? It can't be that hard. Anyway, that's when the idea came, The World According to Kaleb. And we've got into the Sunday Times bestsellers, which is absolutely amazing, and was a massive accomplishment for me. And the book's going really well. But I mean, the whole idea come around was I think of the world very differently to other people. The second time I went to London, I can't remember what it was. I think it was like Mayfair or something like that. And I remember looking up at the number. One of my big fears is big buildings. And I remember looking up in this big building and seeing a tree. Now, my instant thought straight away was, well, around me, where I live, if I go and prune a tree, I go, right, that's 20 foot high.
Yeah.
I'll climb that. It's going to take me half the day to cut the limbs off, to prune it, to make it healthy and grow straight. Well, the instant thought when I was in London was, how does someone have to go up? He's got to go up 1,000 feet in an elevator.
Yeah.
And climb a 20-foot tree just to prune it. Therefore, he's like 1,020 feet up in the air to prune a tree.
That's nuts.
That's where the idea come around. And I mean, the old idea, I mean, cities, I mean, my views on cities are quite strong in there, London particularly, but
do you not wait to get out of there?
Oh, I don't know. I don't intend to go back. I had to go back for the NTAs. That was an interesting night.
Yeah. Oh God.
Yeah, I don't plan on going back anytime soon.
No, fair enough. And so do you think that Clarkson's farm correctly portrays what daily life is really like farming?
100%.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm part of that, part of the filming of that, and I can tell you this for now, is everything you see is what's happening. There's nothing, there's nothing changed. There's no television making, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
In that, it's everything on there is how it's seen, and that's how a farming program should be.
It should. Yeah.
The camera should be there, and what's happening should be filmed. Yeah. You can't get a pet lamb to give birth at a certain time. You can't get. Do you know what I mean? Everything. If you've got to be there to make it happen. So everything on that show is absolutely how farming is seen on a day-to-day, and how I live my life, and Jeremy as well.
How useless is Jeremy, really?
He's terrible.
Is he?
I mean, he's an amazing writer. He can sit in front of a computer, and the journalism in his head just comes out, and he's an amazing, as well as making television, he's absolutely amazing. However, picking up a hammer, he can just about do. Whether he'll hit the right bit of the place he's going to hit is another problem. And picking up a spanner is a no-go. He still can't put anything on the back of the tractor.
How often are you actually on Jeremy's farm on average?
It varies. This time of year, I'm there in the mornings, and then maybe sometimes partly through the day, depending on what's going on. But I've got other farms to look after as well as my own stuff. But through the summer months, I'm obviously there a lot more. I spend a lot more of my time there because obviously we're combining, or we might be re-drilling in the spring. So it varies really, to be honest with you. It's really hard to answer that in hour per week. But yeah, so it just varies. Or we go, we normally spend a bit of time at the pub together or something.
Yeah. So has Jeremy actually taught you anything about farming that you didn't already know, or? No, it's probably one-way traffic.
It's a one-way traffic there. I mean, he's taught me a lot about the television world. It's definitely, it's definitely a one-way traffic in terms of what he's taught me in farming. He doesn't taught me anything about farming that I don't already know.
No, okay.
He would try to. He'll be like, "Oh, have you heard about this?" And I'm like, "Let him go for it." And I go, "Yeah, I have heard, because that happens and that and that and that." And he goes, "Oh."
And now listen, moving on to your delicious Hawkstone lager and cider. How did all that come about? Who came up with that idea?
Well, Jeremy brought into a brewery, and we have a lot of malting barley on the farm. He was like, "Well, I'm going to use all my malting barley to use, go to the brewery." And I said, "Yeah, it's a really good idea. I'll help you grow it." And then I went, "Actually, I hate lager, but I do know where a lot of apples are on all over the farms that I cover." So I asked all the people, could I pick the apples up? And they said, "Yeah, because we don't, we just let them normally just rot normally, or throw in the bin or something." And I said, "Brilliant, I'll come along and pick all the apples up." So Jeremy launches his lager, and then 6 months later I launched my cider, which obviously it takes 6 months for the apples to ferment and become cider, in the oak barrels we use at Weston's in Ledbury. And that's how that all come across, and now I just have a limited cider. It's deadly, isn't it? I mean, when I was doing the testing and that lot, and doing all the changes and that lot, I made it so it's easy to drink.
Well, a bit too easy, I'd say.
It's like apple juice, isn't it? But there's 5% there of alcohol, so you've got to put it.
And do you find it weird now? Do you get lots of people coming up to you, sort of, I don't know, recognising you?
I make the joke when I go to buy milk, for example. It can be very challenging. There's lots of selfies and lots of chat, which is lovely. I love all that. I'm a very chatty guy. But I do find it's probably easier for me to buy a cow and milk it myself than to go and buy milk.
Oh, for God's sake! What a nightmare.
Going to co-op or something like that is incredibly hard.
Time-consuming, I'm sure.
And then I normally forget the milk, and then I get told off when I get home. I've normally put it down somewhere to take a selfie because it's a bit weird to be holding milk in a selfie. So yeah, it's incredibly challenging. But yet again, I love chatting to people, and if I can inspire a young person to get into farming or to start a job.
Exactly. When you're not busy working flat out with your farming, what do you like to do to relax?
It's family time really. Normally on the farm, taking Oscar to see the cows and putting them in tractors, and it's very family time is, everything, whatever the other half may have planned. You might want to go shopping, which I hate shopping. But I have discovered I don't mind shopping now, because I go around to all the book, anywhere that's got my book in it, I sign them.
Oh, okay.
Oh my God, it's it's Kaleb signed this book. So I'm going shopping on the weekend actually to do the rest of the Christmas shopping, which I'm doing in Banbury.
Okay.
I'll go around and find all my books again and give them a little bit of a squiggle.
Oh, that's a brilliant idea.
Yeah, so it lightens someone's day up as soon as they open it up and go, "Hang on a minute, I'm sure some people are going to go, that's vandalism, give me the book for free."
No, they won't. I'm sure they won't. Oh God, how brilliant! Well, thank you so much.
Oh, pleasure. I better get off and get back onto this tractor.
I will let you get off and get onto the tractor, so everyone can buy your book on Amazon.
Brilliant.
Thank you so much, Kaleb.
Pleasure. Take care.